Ladies and gents, welcome to Hawaii's stunning island of Niihau. Besides its beauty, this place also holds a reputation for being one of the most exclusive and forbidden islands on the planet. Today, we've been given a gift, exclusive access to wander around this usually roped-off slice of nature. Those rolling hills extend more than 5 miles, with all this land being privately owned for more than 150 years. As you'll see, everything on this island goes slowly. The people, the animals, and the way of life. There are no money-guzzling cars, no skyscraper resort hotels, and no fast food joints, all because its owners are simply following the strange wishes of a long-gone king. Before we explore, I warn you, your money's no good here, so put it away. What a relief. Ready to explore then? All right, follow me. Before we jump on our bikes and zip around this mostly deserted island, feast your eyes on this welcome sign. Well, sort of a welcome sign, because you can tell by this line, not accessible by visitors. It's not really welcoming anybody. Who are the Robinson family? Well, there's a pretty cool story behind that. Generations ago, this paradise island belonged to a king, King Kamehameha V. As you can see by that photo, he was a broad man with plenty of presence, and as a royal, he wasn't short of money either. But when this woman, Elizabeth Sinclair, offered him $10,000 worth of gold in 1864, King Kamehameha simply couldn't resist. His only request was simple, that Sinclair, and in turn her descendants, who would turn out to be these guys, Bruce and Keith Robinson, had to protect the island and its residents from outside threats. They kept that promise, which is why the greenery you see around you remains almost untouched. As we stroll over to the houses, just let this resonate. $10,000 worth of gold, just accounting for inflation, is $165,750. Now consider the rise of gold's value, $18.93 then, $1,900 today, and that means Sinclair paid over $16.5 million. These houses, once straw and hay, have been since modernized, albeit still simple materials. You won't see any infinity pools out here. This house over here is a little newer, but it isn't just any house. This is the former digs of none other than Eliza Sinclair. You can almost imagine her walking around the field, carrying her overflowing sacks of gold. Oh look, that's not Eliza, but it's a local resident. Should we say hi? Maybe he can shed some light on the whole forbidden thing. Like many locals, he only speaks Hawaiian, so I'll translate. It all goes back to 1952. Feel free to flip through your guidebook. Back then, polio was ravaging the area, so in order to prevent the spread of the deadly virus, the Robinson ancestors banned travel to the island. Unless you had a doctor's certificate and unless you were prepared to quarantine for 2 weeks, sounds familiar, you were strictly forbidden. Alright gang, let's move on. Since cars are a foreign concept here, most people, including us, get around by bike or on foot. So jump on your $100 bikes and let's get moving. As you can see, to our left are sprawling hills and untouched nature. To our right, beautiful beaches, endless coastline, and the mighty Pacific Ocean. See that shadow in the distance? That's the insanely popular island of Kauaʻi, about 17.5 miles northeast of here, across the Kaulakahi Channel. Unlike here, Kauaʻi welcomes over 100,000 visitors per month, making it a huge contributor to the state's annual $2 billion tourism income. It's a stark contrast to this humble place, that's for sure. Hey, look, there's a local fisherman in the breakwater. Residents on the island hunt and fish using old-age methods passed down from their ancestors. You could usually grab a high-tech spear for less than $200, but the locals do it the old-fashioned way, simply by using the tools of Mother Nature. That long stick is probably from the kiawe trees over there, sharpened with one of the millions of shells lining the beach. It's amazing when you think about it. What would this island be like if it were allowed to develop with the rest of Hawaii? It's not just the island which resembles bygone centuries, it's the people too. Notice how the man has short hair, no earrings, and simple clothing? That's because appearance guidelines were some of the many rules established by earlier generations and upheld by the Robinsons over time. Still, the population dwindles. Besides this fisherman, this island supposedly has just 170 permanent residents, and even that number is often considered an overestimation. Alright folks, here we are at the sparkling Lake Halali'i. At 182 acres, amazingly, it's the largest natural lake in the Hawaiian Islands. And yet, compared to the likes of Lake Michigan and Lake Tahoe, it's barely even a dot on the map. As we make our way toward the town, keep your eyes peeled. To our 3 o'clock are some herds of sheep, cattle, and pigs. And to our 11 o'clock are some eland, aoudad, and oryx. They're all very exotic creatures, and zoos around the world pay thousands of dollars for them. Okay, here's the school. There's a class on at the moment, so we'll just peek through the window. Looks like the kids are learning the native Hawaiian language. See those? Those solar panels, well, a 10.4 kilowatt photovoltaic power system to be precise. This is the only school in the state powered purely by the sun. In fact, generator entry is forbidden. Just before we head back to the Big Island, let's recap. Even though we've just seen beautiful beaches, unique animals, and a lake perfect for a getaway, still, livelihood is eerily scarce. Hawaii sees over 10 million visitors per year, but they're not coming here, that's for sure. All right, bonus fact time. If you want to come back, Niihau helicopters offer excursions to the island for $440 per person, just for half a day.